Good evening, everybody. My name is Shankar, and I'm here to demonstrate about the add-ons for NVDA, which will make NVDA more usable and flexible. And without any delay, let's get started with this session. And once again, I welcome you to the NVDA add-on webinar organized by Devna Connect and presented by Shankar. So let's quickly see what we are going to learn today. Today we'll be looking at a few things like introduction to NVDA. We'll look at what are the NVDA add-ons, how to get them and where to find them, and I'll let you walk you through the installation procedure, uh, and I'll also let you learn how to assign keyboard commands for add-ons and also modify some existing commands. Next, we'll look at add-ons under three categories. That's functionality adding add-ons and add-ons which will simplify navigation, and finally some app specific add-ons. So without much delay, let's uh, look at what is NVDA, and it just serves as a quick refresher. NVDA. NVDA is a term. It stands for non-visual desktop access, which is a screen reader developed by the a not-for-profit organization called NV Access, based out of Australia. Like any other screen reader, it allows the blind and low vision users to make use of the computer without any like sighted assistance or without any mouse requirement. You can make use of your computer fully with the help of keyboard, and it also supports mouse access, and it depends on the persons who are using it. So its main features include support for popular applications, built-in speech synthesizers, reporting, formatting information, automatic announcement of textual pop-ups and other information. It supports refreshable braille displays. It can be run entirely from an um, external storage device like a pen drive, so that you can make use of it wherever you go. The installer itself is pretty much accessible and it's voice enabled, so you can install the screen reader yourself without anybody's help. It's widely available in all popular languages, and also being translated to those languages in which it is not available, but currently it's mostly available in every possible language known to us. It supports modern operating system, that's Windows 10, which is the latest and greatest version of Windows. It can also run in logon and secured screens. For people who don't know, secure screens are like screens which require administrative privileges to access them, and generally apps can't access them. But this one will work in even in those password entry fields, the user account screens, etc., so that you can make full use of your computer without relying upon anyone. It can recognize and announce controls like buttons, links, edit boxes, form fields, anything. It may be anything. Any element on the screen can be recognized and it speaks out the elements. It supports all the accessibility technologies like Java Access Bridge, Office UI automation, etc., so that developers can integrate and test its performance without much problem. And it also works with the Windows command prompt and other console based applications which are purely dependent on textual inputs and which also gives the output in the form of text. The best one of such things is the Python interpreter, or for that matter, our own Windows command prompt, which emulates the DOS working environment on Windows computer. If you are interested, you can just run cmd from your run dialog box. You will get that application, and you can run those text-based commands like md for make directory, etc., and you can test it yourself. So, what are NVDA add-ons? NVDA add-ons, as I said earlier, are small packages which lets you improve your NVDA screen reader functionality. They are purely optional. If you want them, or if you are willing to use them only, you can add them. If you don't want, if you can just ignore them, so that your screen reader will be light and easy to use. For example, actually, some of the features are not readily available in NVDA. Um, Maybe one of the reason might be it's pretty lighter application. I don't see it as a completely possible reason, but it's pretty light application. That's around 20 MB, which is 1/10 of uh, the competitor screen reader. That's JAWS for Windows. So obviously, even though it works the same way as the JAWS with almost all functionalities, except for some proprietary functions. So if at all any functionality is missing, those functionality can be added, and applications can be made more usable with the help of these add-ons. So where can we get them? NVDA add-ons can be get from their website. Actually, it's a community-driven website. Means the users like you and me who have a fair knowledge about add-on development or Python to that matter contributes, and NVDA pulls them to a single website called NVDA add-ons repository. That's addons.nvdaproject.org. That's addons dot nvdaproject.org. From that website, you can find all the add-ons which are organized in the form of headings. You need to click on your required add-on and later click on download stable version, so that you will get a version which is tested and without any bugs, and you will be able to use it. If you are enthusiastic and willing to test upcoming versions, you can download the developer version, and be aware it might have some bugs or inconsistencies. So as a beginner, I recommend everyone to try out stable versions of add-ons. It will be more reliable. So we got the files. After getting the files, we have got the add-ons, and we have downloaded them. Then how to install? The installation is pretty straightforward. After downloading the file, which is .nvda-addon extension file, you just need to press enter on it once. It will ask you whether you want to install the add-on or not. Just say yes. After some time, your progress bar will move. Then it will ask you to restart the NVDA. You can go ahead and restart NVDA by pressing yes. If you are installing more add-ons, you can choose no, and you can install the other add-ons as well and restart your NVDA. That's a pretty simple and straightforward process without much hassle. Hope this is clear. And after that, so since it's a straightforward process, I'm not going to be demonstrating, and let's quickly switch to the next section. During when I said what we are going to learn, I said that we'll be looking at adding commands to the NVDA or NVDA add-ons. Uh, Actually, why do we need them? Because sometimes our commands will conflict with already available commands. So at this time, it might be needed for us to remap those commands. And at the same time, some add-ons which I'm going to demonstrate next will not come with pre-assigned commands. Means you have to uh, set up your own commands so that they'll work fine, like they can be accessed directly. So for that, I'll let you uh, show like know how to do that.
Slide desktop list with on
This is my desktop, and for instance, see for example, I have to add an command. So the input gestures option is available in NVDA menu, then in preferences menu.
NVDA menu.
Press down now.
Preferences of settings S. Speech diction punctuation symbol pronunciation P. Input gestures N.
Yeah, that's it.
Input gestures dialog. Preview level 0 audio chart.
Let me just walk you to the dialog box. The first control consists of the categories of commands organized like a tree view. Like you'll have a main add-on or functionality. Then if you expand it, you will find commands in it. Then if you press tab,
Reset the factory defaults button.
this one will reset all the add-on commands or any other keyboard commands you have added to default. Means it will remove, or remove the changes, or if you have added them, it will remove the commands altogether.
Caps lock on OK button. Caps lock cancel button. Filter by.
Those two are self-explanatory. I need not explain about them. So let's go forward and try to change command for something.
Blank. Blank. Preview audio chart collects one of.
Yeah, this is audio chat.
Braille collects browse mode clipboard collects clock collects file configuration configurate document form easy table navigate expanded level 1 toggles table navigation layer on or off when active arrow keys.
Yeah, I want to assign the command for this one. So what I do, I'll press
add button holder. Reset the factory default. Add button holder.
I have this add button. When I press tab once, I'll press
available preview level 2 enter input gesture 2 of 2.
So I need a command of insert shift T. So I'll press that key combination, not in letters, as a keys.
Context menu.
And it will give me three options, whether I want to use it as desktop layout, laptop layout, or in all layouts. I'll choose all layouts. To switch between these options, you have to press arrow keys.
nvda shift T keyboard all layouts N.
Yeah, I pressed up arrow once. That was since that was the last option. So I'll press enter
Input gestures dialog preview
and press tab.
Filter by cancel OK button. Slideshow slide.
That's it. So to show you how it works,
Caps lock on.
let me press.
Not on the table.
Yeah, since I'm not in a table, it said not in a table. I'll explain you in detail about this add-on in upcoming minutes. So that's pretty much the way you add commands to the NVDA. Let's quickly move to the first category of add-ons. Yeah. Our first category of add-ons are add-ons which will enhance capability of NVDA. So what does these add-ons actually do? These will make NVDA speak some items, or will add some keyboard commands, or they will make interfaces of some applications more simpler to navigate, and as I said, sometimes there will not be a command attached to every add-on, so you have to assign some of the commands yourself. So since we've seen this, let's quickly move to the first add-on. That's the first add-on which we are going to look at is clock add-on. This clock add-on will add some more capabilities to NVDA in the form of clock, alarm, and stopwatch. For example, if you are a JAWS user, if you press insert F12, you will get time, and if you press it twice, you will get date. And here, if you press thrice, you will get the week and the day of an year. And its functionality doesn't end there. It also comes with alarm or timer feature, and also a stopwatch functionality, which lets you set up these stopwatches and manage time somewhat efficiently. Let's quickly look at its usage. Actually, these clock related settings can be found in the settings option of NVDA preference menu, which I'll quickly show you later. Then after that, let's look at the keyboard commands. And there are two commands for assigning, starting stopwatch and managing alarms, but those commands are not pre-assigned. You can assign them from the option which I showed just now. That's input gestures option. Yeah, then it also comes with some layered commands. Layered commands are those commands which requires you to press a key combination before actually pressing the command. For example, you will press insert spacebar and then press O for OCR related options in JAWS. In the same way, here also, this particular add-on has a layered command sequence. In after to get to that layer, you have to press insert shift F12, and these commands will and use the commands. S will start and stop stopwatch, and R will reset the stopwatch. A will announce elapsed time. C will cancel the alarm. Spacebar will speak the uh, uh, current status of stopwatch, and pressing P after this layered command will stop alarm playback, and pressing H will give these list of commands. And let me quickly show this add-on functionality.
Slide. Folder.
Yeah, let's quickly move to the NVDA menu.
NVDA web tools of network settings. S.
Here,
NVDA set.
then press C,
Clock setup 19 of 20.
and I'll walk you through the controls.
Clock setup property page. Time display format.
The first one is to set up the format of your time display. You can choose the 24-hour, 12-hour, whatsoever, according to your choice.
Display format. Thursdays of 10.
And the next one is the format to display your date. That also you can customize according to your choice. For now, I'm leaving it as it is. You can change these options with the help of up and down arrows. Yeah, this interval is like alarm. You can set alarm for every
every 10 minutes.
10,
every
15 minutes,
every hour.
Yeah, 10, 15, 30, and an hour. So if we choose any of these, you can set up an alarm which rings as per your specified timings. Since I don't want it, I set it to off.
Okay button.
And if
clock setup every 10 minutes.
If I set it at 10 minutes, you will get an option.
Announcement. Combo box speech and sound collect Alta.
Yeah, it will show you the announcement format.
Speech only. Sound only.
Yeah, whether you want both speech and sound, or you want only the sound, or you want only the speech.
Speech only. Speech and sound.
And
clock chime sound. Combo box.
This dialog box will let you choose the type of sound to be played.
Clock chime to off. Clock chime.
Yeah.
Time interval.
Since we don't need it, let's put it back to off.
Okay button.
And press OK here.
Slideshow.
And I've also told about layered commands. Let's take a look at them quickly. Insert shift F12 will bring the layered. And let me set up a start watch.
Running.
Yeah. if I press spacebar here,
Slideshow slide 11. Flipped.
oh, sorry.
Slideshow slide.
Yeah. Before pressing every command, you need to press these layered command. So for example, now if I have to check that stopwatch timing, I will press insert shift F12 first, then press spacebar.
0.0075 hours, 27 seconds.
Yeah, that was my stopwatch, and I'll see the elapsed time.
No alarm.
Yeah, since I haven't set up any alarm, it said no alarm, and I want to stop this stopwatch and reset it to 0. So I'll press insert shift F12 and press R here.
Stopwatch reset.
And there's one more command, that's insert spacebar. Sorry, insert shift F12, then P will stop the alarm playback, and insert shift F12, then pressing H.
Can't find this layered script. Can't find this layered script.
H. Let me do it again.
S. Starts. Resets or stops the stopwatch. R. Resets stopwatch to 0 without restarting it. A. Gives the remaining elapsed time before the next alarm. C. Cancel the next alarm. Space. Speed current stopwatch or countdown timer. E. If an alarm is too long, allows to stop it. H. List available commands and block command layer.
So if at all you forget these commands in future, you can just get them from here. Yeah, that's all about this clock add-on. Let's quickly move to the next one. ClipSpeak. ClipSpeak is the name of the add-on. For people who already use NVDA or who are new to NVDA, NVDA doesn't announce clipboard commands for strange reasons. I don't know why, but it doesn't announce. Like whenever you press Ctrl C for copy, Ctrl X for cut, Ctrl V for paste, and Ctrl A for select all, it doesn't read. It only remains silence. So these add-on, which is developed by some unknown some developer, lets NVDA speak those commands. And to be precise, this one is pretty like it's very smart. It can detect the surface on which it is working. For example, if you operate the command on a text, it says copy text. If you are working on a list of items, it says item. If you are working on file, it says file. So since everybody knows these commands, I don't think I need not demonstrate anything. You can just install this add-on and you will be good to go. So on that being said, just quickly switch to the next add-on. Input lock. We all know keyboard lock. That locks a keyboard input with the help of insert and 1. So that any presses we make on keyboard will not be reflected. Actually, this add-on goes a step further and locks you and helps you to lock all the inputs like the mouse and the touchscreen and also the keyboard. Priorly, those commands to lock mouse are not assigned, so you have to assign them from input gesture dialog box, and you can press those commands to turn on and off your mouse and touchscreen. For example, if I have my mouse to be turned off, I'll press insert. I have assigned in that way. That's insert shift M will toggle my mouse movement. Announcement of my mouse movement on and off. This becomes handy for those people who are laptop users who have to constantly keep check of their movement of hands, because when touches the trackpad, your focus gets shifted to somewhere else. So if we lock that, so you can work without any disturbance and work freely. So at the same time, nowadays laptops also come with touchscreens, so it also helps to lock your touchscreen. And these commands will only work as long as your NVDA is active. So if at all you lock your touchpad or touchscreen, you need not worry about other people using, like, if you are giving your laptop to someone else, they can just stop your NVDA and make use of the hardware as they will normally be using. So you need not go to all those tedious steps to set up and disable those mouse and trackpad settings from control panel, etc. So for this add-on also, there is not much to demonstrate. So let's quickly switch to the next add-on. Yeah, the next add-on is Resource Monitor. Resource Monitor will give you the system information without going to your system settings. So it comes with some pre-assigned commands that can be accessed with the commands which I'll tell you now. So what information it does give? It gives your RAM status, it gives your storage, it gives information about your software, it gives you information about system uptime, and it also gives information about the CPU load. Let's quickly look at the commands.
Folder view.
The first command for this add-on is insert Shift E.
79.7 RAM used. CPU 40. 100. Battery charging.
Which essentially gives the vitals of your system, the RAM and the CPU load and the other stats. Then if you have to view these things individually, that's one by one, I'll press insert Shift 1.
Average CPU load 35.9. Core 1. 32.4. Core 2. 31.2. Core 3. 38.5. Core 4. 56.8.
Yeah, since mine is a quad core PC, it said load on all four cores, and also gave me the average. And if I press insert Shift 2,
Physical 2.90 GB of 3.66 GB used. 79.3. Virtual 5.93 GB of 10.14 GB used. 58.4.
yeah, that's about my RAM information, my physical and virtual RAM.
CNTFS drive 170.99 GB of 930.28 GB used 18.4.
Yeah, if you press insert Shift 3, it will give you your storage related information. Since I had only one partition, it gave me that much information. If you have multiple partitions and also any external device like pen drive or hard disk attached, it would also give information about that external device as well. And let's press insert Shift 5.
Physical 2.81 GB.
It will also give you the RAM information.
Windows version Windows 10 2004 64-bit build 19041.508.
Yeah, pressing insert Shift 6 will give you information related to the operating system, including the version and the build number.
4 days 15 hours 18 minutes 45 seconds.
And pressing insert Shift 7 will give you the information related to the system uptime. That's how long has been your system awake.
Windows version.
That's much about this add-on. Let's quickly switch to the next add-on. The next add-on which we are going to look at is nvda remote, which lets you control other computer running nvda remotely over an internet connection. So what you can do with this one means you can take control of your friend or anyone's computer and troubleshoot their problems, provided if they are running NVDA plus this add-on. This one will let you control their computer. You can do all the operations. You can install our softwares for them and modify their system settings. You can restart their system, etc. And once, but you have to keep note of one thing: once the NVDA exits, the connection also will be terminated. And one more thing, natively, this remote thing will not work in secured screens. In order to make it work in those environments also, you have to go to your general settings and use an option called use currently saved settings in my logon screen, etc. So you have to press enter on that, and also allow for system prompt which says do you want to allow this app to modify changes, and then you can press OK. This thing should be done on both computers so that you will have seamless connectivity. Else, if you haven't done this, what happens means whenever you are installing softwares, when those secure screens come, your remote connection will be lost because this add-on can't work in secured screens. So you have to enable it in your secured screen also. So for that, go to NVDA menu, then preferences, then settings, then general settings, or press insert Ctrl G directly to launch general settings dialog box like in previous versions of NVDA, and you can do enable these permissions. With that being said, let's see how to connect to other computer and also operate it.
Slideshows. Desktop.
Once you have installed the add-on, you will find its related settings in the tools menu of NVDA menu. So press insert N as usual and press down arrow until you find tools. And press right arrow and press up arrow until you find remote supply. Open this by right arrow and press enter on this connect option. Before that, let's see what are the other options available here. The first one lets you connect to your friend's computer. This is related to disconnecting your remote connection. Mute. See, if you are connected to your friend's computer and sometimes like you have to put your friend's computer on mute for some time, you can press enter on this so that you won't be able to hear things which is being performed on your friend's computer until you unmute your computer.
Push clipboard available.
Push clipboard. It lets you push text from your clipboard to your friend's clipboard so that if you copy, for example, if you copy text and press here, and you can directly paste the text on your friend's computer.
Copy link available.
Copy link. It lets you create a link on clicking which you can connect like your friend, or you can connect to the person who is controlling your computer.
Options O.
This lets you enable whether you want to start this remote add-on automatically whenever NVIDIA runs or not. So I recommend you not to use this, and it's less secured.
Send CCRL available. Connect C.
Yeah. Let's look at connect.
Connect dialog. Client radio button.
This is a dialog box. The first one has the first control has two options. That's to connect as a client or a server. Since we don't have any servers of our own or any server settings for us, every time we need to use it as a client. So we need to leave as it is and press tab for the next control.
Control another machine radio button checked.
Yeah, it lets you choose between two options, whether you want to control someone or someone needs to control you. Since I need to control someone, I'm leaving it here. Like if you have to get controlled by someone, press down arrow once
Allow this machine to be controlled radio button checked.
and keep change this option to allow this machine to be controlled by another machine.
Control.
And press tab.
Host edit.
In this host field, you need to type nvda remote.com. That's nvdaremote.com. It's just need to be typed only once, and remaining time it will stay there itself. Key. Whoever is setting up the connection should decide a key, and you can type it here, and the other person also should type the same key to get connected. If you want to like you don't have any idea about how to set up a key, you can just
generate key.
Generate key, and if you press enter on this,
Generate key button. Key. OK selected 2,561.
It gave me some random key, but I recommend you to use any random number up to like from around 8 digits. Since I have set up connection at my another computer, let me connect to that one. Yeah, I have typed the key and let me press tab for
Generate
OK
key, multi. OK button.
and press enter here.
Slideshow slide 14. nvda.
You heard that voice? Sorry, that sound? Yeah, that confirms our connection. So
Folder view.
you can switch between your computer and your remote computer with the help of F11 key.
Controlling remote machine.
And pressing it again will get back to your PC.
Controlling local machine.
Yeah.
Controlling remote machine.
Yeah, let me try to control my other computer.
Folder view list. Connect. Start window. Controlling local machine.
Looks like I'm facing some network issues. Let me check.
Controlling remote machine. Start list. User account places list. Documents tool. Desktop. Start window. Cortana window.
If you see that start menu hasn't opened on my computer, the one you are seeing, you are only just able to audible, like hear the voice. So the one thing I want to add is you can only listen to NVDA. You can't listen any system volume or any system. You can't even see any system visuals. Only the NVDA's voice will be audible while you are connecting. So if you are searching for remote assistance with some other sighted person who doesn't have knowledge about NVDA, it is not recommended. It's only for visually challenged people to control on one's computer with the help of this NVDA.
All apps list. Desktop list. Visual Studio Code 1258.
Yeah, that's my other desktop which has 58 icons. And let me switch back to my
Controlling remote machine. Controlling local machine. Slideshow slide. Folder view list. 1236.
Yeah, this is my desktop which has only 36 icons. So I hope this one is clear. And let's disconnect.
Number lock off. nvda preference tools up view lobby. Speech view lobby.
Before that, I'll let you like show how to
Power slide.
some text from clipboard.
25.
I'm copying text from here
Copy to clipboard.
and go to that menu.
nvda preference tools up menu key. View lobby. Check insert remote sub menu connect. Discontinue remote copy link push clipboard key.
And push clipboard.
Slideshow slide 14.
I'm switching to my remote
Controlling
computer
remote machine.
and opening
Run
Notepad.
dialog. Type the name of selection O. T E A D. Text desktop list. Visuals untitled dash notepad. Text.
And I'm pasting it here.
Paste the text. 14. Chamber.
Yeah.
nvda remote.
That's it. So in this way, you can just push text from your computer to your friend's computer.
Controlling local machine.
Yeah, and I have also told you about the
NVDA
mute option.
Prep tools view check answer remote reload Bluetooth remote connect disconnect mute remote M.
If you press this mute, you will stay connected to the other computer, but whatever other computer is doing, it won't be audible to you.
Push clipboard key. Mute disconnect key.
Yeah.
Mute push click copy link L.
Yeah, this one
Slideshow slide 14.
will let me copy the link for the session.
Run dialog soup. Run dialog soup. Text on desktop untitled notepad. Paste the text. There copy 9,400.
Yeah, nvdaremote.com/key equals to the key. If that a person clicks on this link, it will directly be connected. But using a key is better. Like directly connecting with the help of key is much more easy option than this one.
Notepad dialog. Do you want this? Slideshow.
Yeah, let's disconnect from other computer and continue with our demonstration. No longer connected to the my other computer. That's all about the NVDA. That's all about NVDA remote. The next add-on which I am going to show you is emoticons, which lets you insert emoticons into the text fields. This add-ons usage is also straightforward. You just install the add-on. It comes with two commands. Insert E for enabling and disabling speaking of emoticons, and insert I to choose emoticons from a selected set of emoticons. What it actually does means, it, as per its developers, it makes emoticons much more descriptive. It's more or less the same. Uh, for example, like if you are not a Windows 10 user, if you are Windows 10 user, I don't recommend this one because you will get Windows 10 emoticons panel when you press Windows plus full stop. But if you are not a Windows 10 user, you can just go ahead and use this emoticons add-on. Let's quickly explore the insert emoticons dialog box. I'm pressing insert I.
Insert emoticon dialog. Filter and alt F Filter.
The first one is a text field which lets you search for the emoticons.
All radio button check.
And the next one will let you filter the emoticons or search results.
Standard radio images radio button check all die.
Let's keep it at all.
Standard all radio list of smileys list of.
Here you will find a list of smileys.
Grinning face, happy face with open mouth and squinting eyes. Type emoji.
So, just imagine if we want this
Okay
one.
button.
Just press tab
Slide.
and press OK, and you can just paste it anywhere.
Okay.
Again, let's go to our favorite text editor.
Text untitled notepad. Text paste the text. Grinning face with smiley eye.
Yeah, that's it. And that's all about this small add-on. That done, let's quickly move to the next add-on. Yeah, this golden cursor is an add-on which lets you control your mouse pointer or mouse with the help of the keyboard commands. It's exactly not a replacement for your mouse. It does its job pretty much like in a usable manner. How it works means it moves the mouse pointer based on the coordinates on the your display, so that you can just control the pointer and mark your required locations like you do in web pages for bookmarks, and can reuse them at a later time. So this add-on, this one comes. Uh, this add-on comes with some commands which I will demonstrate. Which it will let you save locations and view those locations at a later time, and it can change the moment of the amount of mouse movement with the keyboard commands, and you can also enter specific coordinates and move to that particular location, and you can know the position of your mouse pointer, and you can enable and disable mouse arrows, and you can also restrict the movement of mouse, whether it should continue from this window or it should just stay within the window of an application. That's all about this one. So let's quickly look at some of these commands. Insert Control L
Mouse position for mouse.
will bring up the list of saved mouse positions. Let's see what am I.
Back position X. M1 position X 906.
Yeah, I have saved 2 positions and it's showing.
Slideshow.
And pressing Insert Shift L will bring up
Save mouse position type.
this dialog box to save the current mouse position. You can just give it a name and press enter here.
Slide.
And insert Windows R.
Mouse movement restricted to current application.
If pressed once, it will restrict the movement to the current window, and if you press it again, it will remove that restriction. And insert Windows C
10,
will let you control the amount of mouse movement.
20, 50, 100, 1, 5, 10. 20.
Let's keep it at 20. And insert Windows P will let you know the position of the mouse pointer.
960, 540.
You won't get any idea as it's in the coordinates format, X and Y axis. And you can press insert Windows right arrow and left arrow up and down in all four directions to navigate to the elements.
560, 940, 900, 1000.
If you are a low vision person, it might help to some extent. I'm not sure how it like it's helpful, but it's tedious to get those locations. But in some applications, it might come handy in marking the elements, and things will be made accessible to some extent. Yeah, that's all about this. Let's switch to the next one. The next one is IBM TTS. It's nothing. It's just a voice. The voice which you heard till now. It it adds the eloquence voice to the NVDA. Earlier there used to be an eloquence add-on, but when NVDA transitioned from Python 2 to Python 3, that add-on became redundant, means it can't be used anymore. So this IBM TTS synthesizer driver will let you get that nostalgic Jaws voice for NVDA, which you heard till now. All you have to do is press insert Control S for synthesizer dialog box and choose IBM TTS there. And later you can modify its setting with the help of synthering or with the help of voice dialog box. That's insert Control V. That's all about IBM TTS. Now let's quickly switch to the next add-on. The next add-on which we are going to look at is called place markers. This add-on actually marks parts of your web page. Like we usually bookmark web pages, but this place marker add-on will mark a particular control link or region as per wish, so that you can visit it again. It comes with some commands. Um, Control Shift Insert F will launch the find dialog box where you can search for the particular item and go to that position. Control Shift Insert K will let you save the current item as bookmark. Control Shift Insert Delete will let you delete the bookmark. Insert K will move to the next bookmark. Insert Shift K will move you to the previous bookmark. Yeah, rest of there are a few more commands, and they are not much important. So I'll let you see how this will be used in real world. I'm opening a web page, a typical Gmail inbox. Let's wait. Here we are in a Chrome window. I'm opening Gmail. Yeah.
Mail.
Yeah.
Link search.
Let's search for sign out option, which is widely required for us.
Specific search dialog. Text to search. Edit.
I'm typing sign out.
S. Caps lock off. Sign. Add to history checkbox not text to search. Action on search. Case sensitive. Action on search. Search next radio button. Check case sensitive. Check OK button.
Just press tab until OK.
Mail inbox Google. Visit link sign out.
Yeah, it took me to that link. If I have to save this one as bookmark, I'll press Control Shift Insert and K.
Save position of character 147.
Yeah. Since let me go to the
Link
top
search
of the
link
page,
images.
and if I press Insert K,
Visit link sign out. Position character 100. Menu submenu. Mail inbox.
it just brought me to the sign out option. And let me go to the end
Link
of the
terms.
page. Let me press Insert Shift K.
Visit link sign out. Position character.
It brought me there. Like that, you can have multiple bookmarks for your frequently visited links. Although you can use V and Shift V for visited links, it's not recommended as browser's history might get cleared or the cache might get refreshed. So this one will let you save things forever as long as your NVDA configuration is intact. Yeah, that's all about this add-on. Let's quickly move to the next add-on. The next add-on which we are going to look at is OBJ pad, which will add four navigation modes to NVDA. What are they? Arrow key mode, the classic mode, that's normal mode, object navigation mode, web mode, and also the scan mode. You can switch between these modes with the help of insert control tab. Then I'll let you quickly show and see how this works.
Slideshows with icon. Mail inbox. Mail.
Yeah, here we are on the same window. I'm cycling to the views available.
Object nav mode.
This is object nav mode, which lets me to navigate to various objects like window.
Mail inbox documents.
Pressing up arrow will move to the parent
Mail
object,
inbox. System menu bar contains command.
and pressing down arrow will let me move to the child object.
Mail desktop window no next. No previous. With icon. PowerPoint slide icon nvda. Mail inbox.
And it you can also navigate to the items of the currently active object with the help of right and left arrows, and you can press enter or spacebar to activate them.
Table. Row. Mail by Google row 1 through 3 column. Mail by Google heading row 1 no next. No previous. Mail by Google row 1.
Yeah. The next mode is
Web mode.
Web mode. Its function is somewhat similar to the router function on Mac.
Landmark.
If you press up and down now, it will change the navigation unit.
Normal. Link. Form field. Heading. Frame. Table. List. Landmark. Normal. Link.
Let's keep it at links. And if you press left arrow, it will take me to the previous link.
Link.
And right arrow will take me to the next
Sign
link.
link.
And like every time, you can press enter to activate items. The next one
Scan mode.
is scan mode. Scan mode
Link
lets you interact with the window only with the help of up and down arrow keys.
Mail inbox heading level 2 account option C.
And if you want to read its item, you can read them with the help of reading commands. Like
C.
Pressing right and left arrows will read the characters. Control right and control left will read the words, etc.
Cancel 360 mail pop. Normal mode.
Yeah, that's all about this OBJ pad. If you are interested, you can try it out. There is nothing to be configured about it. Just remember these commands and you can be able to use it and you will be good to go. Let's quickly move to the next one. Next one is Bluetooth audio. This one is only for the users who uses Bluetooth hardware. I mean Bluetooth audio hardware with their laptops or desktops. So the problem with NVDA or any actually that's not the problem with NVDA. With the Bluetooth audio equipment is they get to sleep after some amount of inactivity. That's so as a result of this, whenever you press NVDA, you might not be able to hear the portion, like first portion of what it speaks. Sometimes it will be tedious to repeat the task. So what it does is like NVDA constantly plays some sort of sound which is not audible to the human ear, which can only picked up by the Bluetooth headset, and the Bluetooth headset keeps awake. There is only one downside of this is uh, your Bluetooth's battery life might get reduced. But if you are the one who frequently uses Bluetooth with your headphones, like Bluetooth headphones with your laptop, this add-on will come handy, uh, and and it will reduce those lags while operating with NVDA. That's all about Bluetooth audio. Let's switch to the next one. Switch Synth. Switch Synth is an add-on which lets you change the TTS voices. I mean the TTS synthesizers on the fly. See, it gives you 6 slots. Uh, you can press those. Uh, and you can press Control Insert Shift 1 to Control Insert Shift 6 to change the slots. Once you activate a slot and to save the currently active voice to that slot, you can press Insert Shift V. Sorry, press Control Shift Insert V to save that slot. I mean that synthesizer to that slot. Let me show you the settings I've made on my computer quickly. When I
Slide. Folder view.
yeah, so now I'm pressing insert. I'm on the first slot. If I press insert Control Shift 2,
United States English.
it will take me to the next one.
Folder view list. McDonald's 7. McDonald's 7 1 list item focus. PowerPoint. Mail inbox Google. Mail folder view list. McDonald's 1.
Yeah, that's my first slot. This is my second slot. So I can directly switch back and forth between these synthesizers. You can add up to 6 synthesizers. Since usually we don't be using much of them, so it's pretty much adequate.
1.
And if I have to, I know I'm already on the synthesizer one. If I have to save it here,
Save.
press Insert Control Shift V. It will save to that slot. Yeah, that's all about this add-on.
Select. Audio output speaker head.
Let's move to the next synthesizer. Yeah, this add-on is called Synth Ring, which lets you customize the synthesizer ring, which you will access with the help of Insert Control plus arrow keys.
Slideshow. Folder view. Date created.
Actually, let me show you. If I press Insert Control right
Volume
arrow,
100.
it gave me the volume, and if I press up
Volume
and down arrow,
95. Volume 1.
I can regulate.
Rate 30.
And now, if I press again, it brought me to the rate. I can also control it from
Rate
here
35. Rate 30.
with the help of Insert Control sorry, up arrow and down arrow. These so if you press Insert Control right arrow, it will change the option, and if you press Insert Control up arrow or down arrow, it will change the value. If you notice, I have only 2 of them right now,
Volume rate 30.
but that's not a usual case. If you are an NVDA user, if you try, you'll have a rate, a pitch, volume, a language, voice, etc. So how did I get rid of these things? I've used this add-on and removed unnecessary things from my synthesizer ring so that I can navigate faster.
nvda
You can customize these options from the settings,
preferences submenu settings S.
which is in preferences submenu.
nvda
Press S for synth ring.
speed tool synth ring settings selector 14 of 21.
Yeah.
Synth ring settings selector properly declaring voice checkbox not checked alt P.
Here, everything is located in the form of checkboxes. You can check those of you want. Say, for example, I want to
Variant rate checkbox checked rate boost checkbox not checked pitch checkbox inflection checkbox not checked alt I. Pitch checkbox not
see, for example, I want this pitch, which is not present for me right now,
checked.
and I press
Select volume head size roughness check readiness enable back OK button.
and press OK.
Slideshow.
And
Folder.
from now,
Date
when I
create.
press insert control right arrow,
Pitch 6 volume 100 rate 30. Pitch 65.
I've got this option as well. So if you want, you can enable all those settings. By default, all of them are enabled. You can just uncheck those off which you don't want, and you will be good to go with limited synthesizer ring settings options. Yeah, let's switch to the next one.
Audio speaker head.
The next one is called stray list, which will essentially add those commands.
Slide. Folder.
If you are a
Date
JAWS
create
user,
26 12
everybody will know. If you press insert F11, it will bring you the list of icons on the system tray. And if you press insert F10, it will bring up the list of icons on the taskbar. The same thing is not present in NVDA natively. So this add-on looks to add those things. If you press insert F11 once,
It's 19. System tray list dialog. Icons on the system tray. List off studio is using. Dropbox 1 month fully charged.
just press arrow keys to navigate and enter to activate. And
Slideshow slide 24. System tray. Folder.
if you press
Date create
insert F11 twice,
Taskbar list dialog. Icons of the running application file explorer Microsoft Mail.
it shows them so that you can access them. If you have too many of your applications open at one time, instead of switching them with the Alt tab, you can just go to this option and find the active window and switch to it. One more thing, you can also access system tray with Windows plus B.
Notification chevron.
It's up to your choice.
Folder view list.
The one thing is sometimes it's up to you if you are a JAWS user and if you are looking the same type of implementation, you can do with that.
Camera button.
Yeah. That's all about this pretty little add-on.
Select. Audio. Speak.
7:40 p.m. Add tag button. Missed call 03 colon. Missed call 0 side plus 91894.
Let's switch to the next add-on. Word count will give you the count of words on your this command. I mean this add-on adds 2 commands to count the number of words and to count number of occurrence of a word. I'll let you see how it works.
Slide.
For example, I have selected this text.
590.
Since this add-on is enabled, I've got the count, but in all of the cases, it will only get text selected or all text selected. So based on that, then press Ctrl Shift F12.
108 words and 597 characters of 6 paragraphs and 7 lines.
Yeah, it gave me the summary, like the number of words, lines, paragraphs, etc. And if I press Control Shift F11,
Wait, please. Word list dialog. Words in this occurrences list. Text 5. The 8.
yeah, it showed me the number of times each word is being repeated.
Text A5. In 5. Item 4.
So
Slideshow.
if you identify some of the repeated words, you can like make substitutions and make your content much better, and you will have fair idea about the text which is being written by you. Yeah, that's all about this add-on.
Audio. Speaker head.
Let's move to the next one. Win10 apps, which means Windows 10 applications. This add-on will make uh, some of the apps accessible on Windows 10. Mm, they are like calculator, calendar, Cortana, mail, maps, Microsoft Solitaire Collection, which is a game built into the store, the keyboard, that's emoticon keyboard, the people app, system settings, weather app, start menu, some um, and notes, and some Windows Store applications like such as Twitter, etc. Since I can't demonstrate all of them, it will take time. To be precise, like this one will not add any like much commands to those. It will only make those applications accessible with the keyboard. So that's about Windows 10 apps enhancements. If you are a Windows 10 user, it's one of the must-have add-ons for your NVDA. The next add-on which we are going to look at is add-on help. Add-on help will let you put put all the commands of these add-ons at one place, and also lets you view the documentation of every add-on individually. This will add a menu in the help submenu of NVDA, so that, and one more thing, it separates the running add-ons and the disabled add-ons, so that you can get the documentation help related to the add-ons which you have only enabled. Let's quickly go there.
nvda preference tool helps user guide you. Disable running add-ons document. Add-ons command C.
Yeah, the first option which it has is the add-ons commands.
Add-ons documentation. Load. Blank. Blank. Heading level 2 audio show sharp.
Here, every add-on is organized in the form of headings, and its related commands are located in the form of tables. Let's view one of
Clip speed heading level 2.
Yeah, this is quick clip speed.
Table with 7 rows and 2 columns. Row 1, column 1 documentation. Column 2 gesture. Row 2 documentation. Column 1 select all. Gesture. Column 2 CTRL. Keep row 3 documentation. Column 1 copy selected item to clipboard. If gesture. Column 2 CTRL. Keyboard. All.
Yeah, like that you can read all these commands at one place without searching them individually. And one more thing.
NVDA menu.
Go to the same help menu.
User guide you. Disable running add-ons documentation. Sub add-ons updater.
Yeah.
Add-ons documentation.
And if you press down arrow from this add-on commands, you will hear the list of all running add-ons.
Browser Mappy. Clip speed.
Yeah. If you press enter on any of these things, this will take you to the page where you have downloaded the particular add-on, and you can read its documentation and also the comments. So if you want just the comments, use the first option. If you want the documentation, use the add-on specific option in that add-on help submenu. With that being said, let's quickly switch to the next add-on. Add-on updater.
Folder.
As I
NVDA
said,
20.
these add-ons are community driven. That means someone makes them frequently and updates them. So instead of going to that website every time and checking for updates, you can, if you have this add-on installed, you can go to
NVDA.
tools menu,
Preferences tools WRP.
press
Check for add-on
up arrow once and press enter on
Add-ons,
this.
add-on update check dialog checking for add-on update, add-ons documentation document, CTRLV, keyboard, all layouts. Table, row, cuts, PowerPoint, split speed, click folder.
Let's do it again.
NVDA preferences of settings, rules, view check for add-on update check dialog check slide 20.
I don't have any add-on updates, so it's not showing me anything. If you have some add-ons, it will give you the count of add-ons and also the add-ons for which the updates are available. You can just go ahead and press enter on update add-ons and your add-ons will be updated, and it will ask for you to restart NVDA, and once you restart NVDA, your NVDA copy will be updated with the newer version of the add-ons which you have installed previously. So it will save your time and energy in finding the updated versions of add-ons.
Select audio output speaker.
Let me close this windows and let's switch to the next add-on. Yeah, here we move to the next section. That's add-on to simplify the navigation. These are purely meant for navigation requirements, like navigating text, tables, and other stuff. And we will be looking at these add-ons, namely uh, Easy Table Navigator, Toolbars Explorer, Sentence Nav, Text Nav, Browser Nav, and finally the Indent Nav. Let's go forward and look at the uh, Easy Table Navigator. Yeah. Actually, you can also navigate tables without this add-on also, but that flexibility will not be there without this add-on. For example, uh, if you look at your Excel, how do you navigate to the columns and rows? If you press down arrow and up arrow for navigating rows and right and left for columns, can you do the same thing on a web page? Obviously, no. If you press down arrow, it will take you to the next column. If you press right arrow, it will take you to the next character. It won't take you to the next column. So, as this command, this add-on comes with a pre-assigned keyboard shortcut. Like if you remember, we have assigned it in our explanation time related to the input gesture dialog box. Like that, you need to assign a command. Then you can toggle that navigation mode on and off. I'll quickly show you. Let me go to the same add-on commands page.
Add-on.
Yeah, here is the
Table
table.
with 4 rows and 2.
Let me navigate without this add-on enabled.
Column 2 gesture. Row 2 documentation. Column 1 speaks current time.
That's me pressing down arrow. And if I press left arrow,
Documentation row 1 R. U T S E T column 1 N.
it's moving by characters, but that's not the way I want. So I'll toggle this navigation mode.
Table navigator on.
Now look at this.
Column 2 gesture. Edge of table. Column 1 documentation. Row 2 speaks current time. If gesture column 2 NVDA F12. Keyboard. Row 3 NVDA shift F12.
So you can navigate in all 4 directions with the help of just arrow keys. Make sure before you exit this table, you have to turn this navigation mode off.
Table navigator off.
Yeah, that's it about this add-on.
Select audio speaker edit.
Let me close this window. And let's move to the next one. Yeah. Toolbars Explorer is the next add-on which we are going to look at. This add-on makes navigation of toolbars in certain applications. For example, I'm opening my Word. If you know, Word contains different toolbars like the ribbon toolbar, the custom toolbar, the status bar, etc. But uh, to navigate to them, this add-on will make use of the object navigation mode, which is present in NVDA. Let me go to my Word. Yeah.
Document.
This is my Word. To move to the toolbar navigation mode, you need to press Alt plus application. If you are not comfortable with this, you can change it from input gestures dialog box as usual.
Toolbar 1 toolbar.
To move to the next toolbar, you have to press right arrow, and if you have to move to the previous toolbar, you have to press left arrow.
Quick access global toolbar. Toolbar 1 toolbar.
And if you have to move to the items within a toolbar, you have to press up and down arrow.
Ribbon.
Yeah, the first one contains ribbon. Let's move to the next one.
Quick access global. Save button. Seek and undo grouping and repeat button of a customized global button.
Yeah.
And save button. Toolbar. Quick access global.
The quick access toolbar contains these options: the save, undo, repeat, redo, etc.
Toolbar 3 toolbar. Status bar.
The third toolbar is status
Toolbar
bar.
1 toolbar.
Yeah, that's it. We have three toolbars. If you have to
Quick access.
say, for example, if you want to access this save option
Save
here,
button. CTRLS Alt 1.
just press enter here.
Dialog. File name and selected dialog.
My save as dialog box got launched.
Microsoft Word document edit multi-one.
So whenever you take an action, that's pressing escape or pressing enter on this toolbar items, this toolbar navigation mode will be terminated, and you will be using NVDA as you were using before enabling this toolbar explorer mode. That's
Select.
about this toolbar explorer.
Audio output device. Speaker headphone.
Let's move to the next add-on. Sentence nav is that add-on which adds the missing commands, typically the reading commands which are missing from NVDA set of commands. That's it adds those two commands and also the additional commands. And the commands which it adds are Alt up arrow for previous sentence and Alt down arrow for next sentence, and insert Alt S for reading current sentence. And you can also navigate to phrases, that's part of meaningful parts of sentences, with the help of Alt Windows up arrow for previous phrase and Alt Windows down arrow for next phrase. Since these commands require no complicated setup, let's skip its demonstration. Whenever you have a text, you can apply these commands. The Alt up for previous sentence, Alt down for next sentence, insert Alt S for current sentence, and for phrases, if it's next phrase, it's Alt Windows down arrow. If it's previous phrase, it's Alt Windows up arrow. With that being said, let's quickly move to the next one. Text nav. Text nav makes your web navigation simpler, especially if you are looking for reading content. Whenever you open a web page, you will find lots of unrelated or unwanted things for you, like the navigation bar, the advertisements, uh, and the other sharing regions, etc. So you can skip past those text with the help of Alt Shift up arrow for previous text and Alt Shift down arrow for next text. It will directly skip all these unnecessary things and will land you on the next occurrence of text, and it continues reading from that point, so that your navigation and reading becomes easier. And if you want to use, you can use the reading commands as well. Earlier, this add-on was also part of Sentence Now, and the developer made it as a separate add-on recently. Yeah, let's move to the next add-on. The next add-on is the browser. Browser nav works for web pages to move, I mean, to navigate through the text with same offset, that's margin, or based on the same font style, like formatting. Insert Alt up arrow or down arrow will let you move to the next or previous paragraph with the same offset. Insert Alt home or insert Alt left arrow will let you move to the previous paragraph with greater offset. And opposite to that, Alt insert Alt right arrow or Alt insert home will let you to move to the next paragraph with greater offset. And there are other commands as well, but these are the key ones. And you can switch between the mode of movement with the help of, like, that router can be changed with the help of insert O, which lets you to switch based on the font or based on the offset. And this add-on will be very useful in reading comments or posts of a forum. Uh, the best example might be the Reddit or any other forum. You can explore more commands related to this add-on from its documentation, if you are willing to use this add-on. The next one is indent nav, which lets you move uh, the text based on the indentation. This add-on is specifically more aimed at uh, people who are working with programming languages, maybe who are like who has to deal with the indentation. Like for example, in Python, a block of code is always differentiated with a tab. Like that, if you can just it can also work with attributes also, and the commands are pretty the same as the browser nav, and the same. I mean, the same alt insert up and down arrow, alt insert right and left arrow, and all those commands from the browser nav will work here. And the only difference is like this works for text and that works for a web page. That's all about indent nav. Let's move to the application specific add-ons. Yeah, these add-ons are specifically designed for an application, means its commands or any functionality will only work in those apps. The add-on which was made for Outlook will only work in Outlook and it will not work in Gmail web page. In that way, These will either add commands or either make interfaces accessible for screen reader. We'll be looking at the 6 add-ons. The first one being the VLC media player. The second one is Goldwave. The next one will be the Outlook. We'll briefly discuss about audio chats add-on for Excel and Notepad++. The last one is the Zoom. Let me
Slideshow. Folder. Date power. Slideshow.
and let's quickly move to the VLC media player.
Slideshow. Slide 37. VLC. Folder view list.
By this time, you all might have known the VLC media player, which is a popular media playing application which can play both videos and audios. And all of those commands on the can be accessed with the keyboard, but not completely. So this add-on will make its interface simpler and adds a few commands to make the experience much easier.
VLC media player.
Let me open VLC media player window.
Button playlist is empty.
If you press tab on this surface, without this add-on, you won't hear anything. But since this add-on is enabled,
Button previous media in the playlist. Skip backward when held. Button stop playback. Button next media in the playlist. Skip. Button show extended settings. Button toggle playlist. Checkbox not checked. Click to toggle between move all when no move. Checkbox not checked random.
yeah, all these controls will be read by nvda, and you can also activate them with the help of enter key. And while you are forwarding a clip or rewinding a clip, it announces the timing, like the amount of time it is seeking to. Let me open
Media
the file.
save open recent 1 2 1 A circle 0 symbol 2020 0 C users channel videos 2020 0 9 14 93 C users channel 4 C users channel videos 2020 open.
Let me open the file.
Select one more. Audio only not selected 1 of 4. Friendship David 2 of 4. Playback 3 of Friendship David 2 of 4. Items. Checkbox not checked random.
That's the video. And whenever I press right arrow,
11 seconds. 21 seconds. 31 seconds. 1 minute 31 seconds. 31 seconds.
it's forwarding and reads the timing.
Volume 1.
And when I adjust the volume with the up and down arrows, it also announces the
Volume 110.
prompt, which will not be announced without this add-on. And if I press I here,
Friendship David MP4. 31 seconds. 1 hour 28 minutes 58 seconds. When?
yeah, it will give me the info related to that file, the amount of media played and the remaining playback time. So, and if I press R,
Shuffle mode checked.
it will turn on and off the shuffle mode. If you are playing large collection of videos, you can just enable this shuffle mode, especially for songs. And L,
Repeat title not available. Playback.
if you press L, it will toggle repeat mode on and off. That means a single song will be repeated on the loop if it's on, and if it's pressed again, that repeat mode will be turned off. These are the functionalities added by this add-on for VLC Media Player.
Audio loudspeaker head.
Let's quickly switch to the Goldwave. Goldwave. Goldwave is a famous audio editing application, which itself has a group of keyboard commands to make its interface much simpler. But the addition of the some of the commands which I'll tell you now will enhance its functionality more and you will get a lot in more information from the application. Insert Shift C will let you turn on and off the speaking of commands while editing the audio. Control Shift P will announce the track position. Insert Shift R will announce the remaining playback time of an audio track. Insert Control 1 will announce you the channel which you are editing. Insert Control 2 will let you know the total playback time of the track. And Insert Control 3 will announce the summary related to the selected audio. And Insert Control 4 will announce the zoom level of the audio. So with these commands, you can get the information related to the actively working file in Goldwave. The similar commands are there used to be similar commands for JAWS with the help of scripts and which are still available. And this add-on seeks to bring somewhat alternative commands like that to NVDA. With that being said, let's switch to the next add-on. Yeah, the next one is Outlook Extended. This one simply adds a group of commands. Alt 1 to 9 will read you the column headers. If pressed twice, it will move to that particular column. If pressed thrice, it will copy its contents. Insert Shift I will read the information line of an event or a message. Insert Shift A will announce you the number of attachments an email message is having. Insert Shift M will bring up the message, and it will open up the message. Control Alt plus left arrow and right arrow will let you switch to the fields of an address book. Control Q will mark an item as read and Control U will mark an item as unread. Let's quickly look at this, how these things will be.
Slide inbox cancels 5060 mail top.
This is my inbox.
Current. Show all source. Arrange your sort. Table. View table. Waiting for Outlook. Dialog. Inbox cancels. New document. Table. View table.
Or I will press Alt 1.
Not a message window. Not a message window.
It won't work here. Let me find a mail.
Unread from Radu. Subject trophy with classes to help start.
If I have to check for any information line from this mail, I'll press Insert Shift I.
Info bar if there are problems with how this message is displayed. Click here to view it in the web browser. Click here to download pictures.
And if I have to check whether it has any attachments, I'll press Insert Shift A.
Attachments 0.
It has 0 attachments. And if I have to open this message, I'll press Insert Shift M.
Dialog. Message edit multi-line for paper 1 2. Eco commas.
And let's
Page status bar. New document window. Favorites preview. Level 2 in table. View table. Group by expand.
And if I have to mark this item as read, I'll press Ctrl Q.
Messages read.
And to mark it as unread, I'll press Ctrl U.
Messages unread.
Yeah, that's pretty much about this one.
Unflag graphic row 100. Edge of table. Edge of table.
That's all about this Outlook extender. You can explore its documentation
Select it.
if you are further interested in
Audio output device. Speaker headphone.
Let me close this window. This audio chat uh, lets you play a time series based chat with the help of audio cues. How to use this actually? You have to move to the cell where the chat is located and press. You can press Insert A to play the audio chat with the help of audio cues. And if you press that twice quickly, it will show the calibration dialog box. And so with that, you can like you can't navigate with all the chats. It only supports time series chats right now. That's about um, audio chats. That's yeah. The next one is Mozilla app enhancements, which will add some commands for Mozilla Firefox and Mozilla Thunderbird application. I'll quickly tell you the commands. Insert A will copy the address of a web page. Insert End will let you know the status bar information of Firefox. Insert F8 will show the list of opened tabs. Insert Control N will read the last notification. Uh, for example, you will get a pop-up saying, "Do you want to save this password?" etc. Those can be read with the help of Insert Control N. Insert F6 will bring you back to the main document. And for Thunderbird, it adds these commands. Control Shift 1 and 4 will let you read the sender's information. If you press it twice quickly, it will copy that text. Control Shift 5 will read the subject of message. Control Shift 6 will give you the date of message, and Control Shift A will bring the focus to the list of attachments made to that mail. And you can also control the columns in the messages list view. Insert H will display a dialog box where you can get the commands for that Thunderbird application. And you can also customize these keyboard commands from input gestures option of nvda. Yeah, the last one, sorry, not last but one, that's Notepad++. This add-on improves accessibility of Notepad++. For example, it supports bookmarks. It supports for auto-completion features of Notepad++. And it also supports incremental search. And it can allow you to set the number of characters on a line. And you can jump to the blocks of code with the help of move to matching braces, and you can find the related commands in the documentation. I'm not going to demonstrate this add-on as it's not relevant for all the users. Only those people who work with source code and other things will understand how it works. Zoom enhancements is the last add-on. This add-on will let you switch to 3 modes. That's Let's open Zoom for that.
New meeting up. Join button. New meeting option drop down button. Start in a new.
See,
Join test speaker invite.
currently I'm in a meeting.
Join with computer lock. Zoom meeting invite. All.
So when I press insert shift 1, shift A
Record
here,
all alerts.
you'll have the
Audio
these
now and news
options.
alert. You are using it.
The first one is report all alerts.
Beep for alerts.
And if you press insert shift 1 again, it says beep for alerts.
Silence all alerts.
And the third one is silence alerts.
Custom.
And the final one is custom. In this custom mode, you can customize the alerts which you can which you want to hear. Each of these alerts can be enabled with the help of keyboard commands. Say for example, insert control 1.
Recording participant has joined left meeting is on.
Insert control 2.
Recording participant has joined left waiting room is off. Recording audio unit by host is off.
Insert control 3, that one. Insert control 4.
Recording video stop by host is off.
Insert control 5.
Recording screen sharing started stop by participant is off.
Insert control 6.
Recording permission granted revoked is off. Recording public meeting chat received is on.
Insert control 7.
Recording private meeting chat received is off.
Insert control 9.
Recording meeting file upload complete is off. Recording host privilege granted revoked is off.
Insert control 0. And insert control shift 1.
1. Average CPU load for.
So, yeah, like that you can turn off these individually. There's also a dialog box for this add-on which you can bring up by insert Z.
Zoom enhancement settings dialog. Alerts recording mode combo box custom collapsed.
But this dialog box only works when you are in custom mode.
Choose which alerts to your participant has joined.
Remember we did something related to the synthesizer. Like that you can check all those you want and uncheck all those you don't want.
Participant alerts report. Choose which alerts to be recorded. Effective mode participant has joined left meeting. Host only. Checkbox checked.
I don't want this.
Not checked. Participant has joined left waiting room. Checkbox not checked.
I don't want
Audio
this.
muted by host. Checkbox not checked. Video stop by host. Checkbox not checked. Checked. Screen sharing started stop by host. Checked. Recording permission granted revoked. Checked.
See, for example, I've choose some of them and I press tab.
Button right in the host participant remote. I am OK button. Zoom meeting invite.
That's it. So from now, whenever a participant leaves or joins me, I won't be notified. It's up to your choice. You can choose all the alerts you want to hear and drop those alerts if you don't want to hear. You can put it to no alerts mode.
Record all beep for alerts. Silence all alerts.
Yeah, that's silence all alerts mode if you don't want to hear any of these alerts. Yeah, that's about
Zoom Go 1 PowerPoint slot. Audio speaker head.
that's all about the Zoom enhancements add-on. And finally, thank you so much for listening to me patiently, and I hope this will help you in some way or the other. If you have any comments, feel free to comment down below. I'll clarify your doubts. Thank you so much for listening to me.